Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today we're going to talk about why I DNF'd Kingsbane. This is book 2 in the Empirium Trilogy. The first book, Furyborn, I read and it was mid. I gave it 3.5 stars. Honestly, I ended up DNFing this mainly because I didn't care anymore. Nothing was happening, nothing exciting anyway, things didn't make sense, and I just couldn't do it. In the first book, Furyborn, we are following two women 1,000 years apart. One of them is prophesied to be the Queen of Light, or the Sun Queen. The other is prophesied to be the Blood Queen. However, when we start the book, we don't really know which is which. Let me go ahead and say now that there will be spoilers for all 3 books because I did look up what happens in the rest of this one and the third one. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then this is not the video for you. There will be spoilers throughout. I ended up DNFing this around 54%. Again, I didn't really care for any of the characters except maybe Eliana, but really that was only in the first book, and this one I didn't really care for her either. Plus, both timelines had annoying and unnecessary love triangles happening, and I really just could have done without all of that. Also, this does not need to be as long as it is. So at the end of Furyborn, one of the major reveals is that Eliana is indeed Riel's daughter. However, they are living 1,000 years apart, so it's kind of like, how did this happen? I assume that has something to do with Simon's time travel, the fact that he was only 8 years old, and the fact that he lost track of Eliana. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Either way, I don't care. Let's do a quick run through the characters. Riel. Can't fucking stand her. She gets on my fucking nerves. All she wants to do is fuck Audric, but at the same time, she wants attention from Corian. Corian is an angel and a fucking predator. He was giving major predator vibes in book 1, and it only gets worse in book 2, but for some reason no alarm bells are going off in Riel's head. Audric, he's fine, I guess. He's kind of just there. Ludovine, I don't know if I like her. She kind of annoys me too, so don't really care. Eliana, I liked her in book 1, but in book 2, when she's trying to discover her powers and figure out how to wield them, and she's essentially self-harming herself and starving herself and forcing herself to be sleep deprived, not a fan. Remy, I liked Remy, but his response to certain things sometimes doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, Remy is a very intelligent child, and I find it weird that at times he will like blow up at Eliana and be like, you're a monster, I hate you, and then he comes back and then he gets mad at her again, and then he comes back, and then in this last one he didn't come back, and I was like, you're a smart kid. You gotta understand why she did what she did. Even if it hurts you, it also hurt her. So why are you holding this grudge against her? Harkin, I called it from book 1. I knew that motherfucker wasn't dead. We never saw a body. So here he comes back and Eliana's like, oh, I think I have feelings for Simon now. Simon, don't really care for this little love story. It's also odd. All of it's just weird. Nothing makes sense to me. Who else is in that? Oh, Navi. I actually like Navi. From where I was, she was sick, and then they found the cure, and then she's getting her people out of Astavar. And from the reviews that I watched, she doesn't come back in this book. And then she barely shows up at the end of the next book, and that doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but okay. Here's the thing. I never liked Riel, and she is one of the major reasons that I ended up DNFing, because the weird ass love triangle between her, Corian, and Audric, and sometimes Ludovine, just didn't make any fucking sense to me. She's always been in love with Audric. Cool, they're finally together. Ludovine's okay with it because Ludovine isn't Ludovine. She's a fucking angel, because of course. And it's weird to me that she just was constantly seeking Corian's attention. Now that Audric and Riel are like fully together, all they do is fuck. Cool, whatever. But the fact that there was a scene where Riel and Audric are having sex and Corian pulls Riel away from him just to be spiteful, that was fucking weird. And then she's like, oh, we have to go to this one particular place, and she's manipulating everyone to essentially take her to Corian, and she sneaks away from Audric in the middle of the fucking night to go see Corian, and Corian starts doing something like kissing her neck or something in a particular way that Audric does because he knows that Riel likes it, and she's like, oh my god, you've been spying on us. And I'm like, you don't think that's a problem? You don't think that's a red flag? You don't see anything wrong with this situation? Mind you, she had to fight against Corian at the end of book 1, so why the fuck are you running to him in book 2? How did we get here? You can't be this fucking stupid. So then that happened, and now she's all horny, but Audric's asleep, and she's like, I don't want to wake him, so she goes and tries to fuck Ludovine, and I'm just like, huh? And she's like, oh, well, actually, Audric and I have been thinking about asking you to be a third. And like, if that's what y'all are gonna do, cool. But the cheating on this man that you claim to love and apparently are supposed to fucking marry, for what? Answer quickly, because what is the reason? And then with Eliana and Harkin, best friends, also used to sleep together, whatever. She thought he died. Come on now, we knew he wasn't dead. She starts to develop feelings for Simon at one point, don't really know why. He's like super devoted to her because she's the Sun Queen, but also he's supposed to be in love with her. I don't really know if I ever bought into that relationship. I didn't feel the chemistry. I don't know, just wasn't for me. Harkin comes back and she's like, oh, I don't love you anymore, sorry. And then she meets Jessamine, and from the way I read it, it seemed that Jessamine was supposed to be ace because she specifically said, I'm not usually one for sex. But Eliana's so fucking special because she's a Sun Queen, so she wants to fuck Eliana. And it is said before that Eliana has been with men and women. Cool, that's fine, great, we love representation. But if this character doesn't like sex, why is she trying to fuck Eliana? This doesn't make any sense. And also, why are you just fucking this random person when you apparently have feelings for this other person? And apparently they eventually do get together, and at one point they break up and they get back together, but like, what was the point exactly? I don't understand. Anywho, I don't know where the fuck I left off with Riel. I think it was right after the whole thing with Corian. And then the other thing really is just that Harkin kidnaps Eliana when Astavar is being attacked, so everyone sort of gets split up, and Remy goes with Simon to find Eliana again, and I think Simon reappearing was like the last thing that I saw. But Harkin kidnapping her didn't make any fucking sense. He's like, oh, well, I had to save you. First of all, nobody asked you to play Captain Save-A-Ho. Secondly, you separated her from her little fucking brother when they just got back on good terms. Why the fuck would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. I felt like that whole storyline was completely unnecessary and just drew out the story longer than it needed to be. Granted, she does go find, I think, Patrick, and there's some things there, but overall, none of this shit seemed to make sense. Nothing really seemed to matter. Now, I did go and look up some spoilery reviews of Kingsbane to find out what else happened. Apparently, Eliana at some point goes back in time and she has a conversation with Riel, and I don't know if I misunderstood, but it sounded like Riel tried to fight her. Why? So Riel and Audric do get married, but then he learns that she was the one that killed his father, and he gets mad at her, so she runs off to fucking Corian, and I'm like, okay. All right, Simon and Eliana get together and Simon ends up betraying her, which is completely out of character for him, but apparently in book 3, it's revealed that Corian was manipulating him. And then in book 3, Lightbringer, the only thing that really seemed to matter is that at some point, Riel is the one that ends up killing Corian, and it has something to do with Ludovine, and it erases some other timeline for Eliana where she and Remy aren't siblings and she doesn't have her adoptive parents, and some, I don't know. I don't know, and it doesn't seem like people who have read the book know either, so this just feels like a colossal waste of time. I know 2 of my friends really love this series, and I love that for y'all, but and I know that Claire Legrand has another book coming out, or that just came out, or something, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think she's a one and done for me because this whole thing was a hot fucking mess. Those are my feelings on the Empirium Trilogy. Let me know if you've read it, if you liked it, if there are important plot points at the end of Kingsbane or in Lightbringer that you want to tell me about, feel free to. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.